Hey, how are you? I'm SliceofOtaku, and I am back, but more on that later on in the video. Today, I want to talk to you about two of the most intellectual, brilliant gems in all of Steven Universe. Two gems who, despite their genius, are actually pretty easy to forget considering they've only appeared in one single episode. I am referring to the Geode Beetles of Heaven and Earth. These two corrupted gems first appeared in the episode Giant Woman, and in this episode, despite their bubbling being the focus of the mission at hand, they actually took the back burner to Opal, who was just awe-inspiring in that episode. But now, looking back, I'm very intrigued by these two. I mean, after all, they're called the Geode Beetles of Heaven and Earth. That is such an epic name for these two minuscule corrupted gems. Yes, they are corrupted gems. But it's pretty obvious that these two are very different from the other corrupted gems we've seen throughout the series. To me, they felt more like gem artifacts. And there is no doubt in my mind that we have more to learn about these two because they actually have titles and we don't even know why they're so important, because remember, these two corrupted gems are not hostile and didn't seem to be posing any immediate threat whatsoever. So what provoked the crystal gems to want to bubble them? What made them aware of their presence to this degree? And quickly, another weird thing about these two gems is how they were bubbled. They did not have their physical forms dissipated and were just placed in a terrarium. And to me, this gesture seems rather respectful, recognizing them as more than just monstrous corrupted gems. But now, allow me to explain why I think these two are just the smartest gems we've ever seen. And this speculation is based off the Heaven Beetle's prior dwelling, and unfortunately, when it comes to the Earth Beetle, we have never seen Lava Lake, so we have no idea what her former residence looks like. But fortunately, these two gems seem to be of the same gem type, which means whatever we're able to deduce about the Heaven Beetle is applicable to the Earth Beetle as well. Alright, so inside of the Heaven Beetle's home, located on the Sky Spire, we see a lot of bizarre things, and I mean, they're normal things for humans, but for a gem, and not only a gem, a corrupted gem, these things are very, very strange. We have a bed, a ceiling fan, foliage, a bag with the initials Heaven Beetle, HB, glasses, a mug, books, bongos, video games, television, a little shirt, a chest. Like, this is ridiculous for a gem to have. But this little beetle thing has all of these modern day human valuables in her possession. And maybe you want to argue that she has the ability to shrink things and was able to shrink all these human valuables down to her own size. But listen here. She has a ceiling fan, which must be connected to some sort of electrical wiring. I've never seen any sort of shrinking ability that would shrink all of that down into this little building. It just doesn't make any sense. The only way that this makes sense is that this Heaven Beetle created all of these things for herself. And that is just madness, being able to reverse engineer all of these human crafts. I mean, these are not gem items, these are not gem artifacts, nothing like that. This is all modern day stuff, and your typical gem is just fine with a cubby. They mostly all live in cubbies. But here we have something really different. I mean, we can just sit and talk about each individual item in this room and just how bizarre it is for a gem to have. Firstly, the bed. As we know, gems have no necessity to sleep. They don't have to sleep at all, and the concept of sleeping is sort of bizarre to them at times. And so maybe this is a sort of desire for humanity, something similar to Rose Quartz and her efforts to be more human and understand humans, and just her overall love and admiration for humans. And really, for the most part, a lot of these items I can't even imagine the Heaven Beetle utilizing. It's just so weird. And actually, I just have this mental image of that little bug from SpongeBob eating a Krabby Patty. This is just so strange for a gem to have, but the reason why I say this is genius is that this gem was able to make all of these things itself. concepts that may even be difficult for humans to grasp. I mean, this thing made video games. Can you make video games? Just the entire console, the software, the cartridge, the controller, everything? No, I don't think so. And this is just a level of terrifying brilliance because corruption is said to be a tear of the mind. But this gem, even being corrupted, is able to utilize its intelligence to this degree. That's just wild. And we actually get to see what this residence looked like hundreds of years ago in the time of Buddy Budwick. And the video games are not there. So this thing is adapting to human technology. It's following and assimilating and just mirroring human advancements. And if we think about what this gem could have been before being corrupted, it's sort of terrifying and actually puts another layer onto Homeworld's invasion of various planetoids. I mean, considering Homeworld's disgust for organic life and utter lack of empathy for the natives of the worlds that they conquer, as you may have noticed in some of my other theories, I was very curious as to how Homeworld is able to advance to such a degree without actually embracing the culture and technology of these other species. But it seems like this is the role that the Heaven Beetle fulfills. Reverse engineering, duplicating, mirroring, whatever you want to call it. It seems like the ability of this gem is to copy the technology and useful information that the natives of whatever planet that they're invading have at their disposal. Now, this could definitely serve as countermeasures during war itself. Even after the war, if the natives had some technology that is useful to Homeworld, they would then be able to utilize it based on the information that the Heaven Beetle, or whatever this type of gem is called, was able to gather. And it seems like Homeworld may still be utilizing this cut of gems to this day, as we're able to see in the episode Adventures in Light Distortion. The crystal gems had their physical forms altered to the smallest size we've ever seen in this series. And coincidentally, the Heaven and Earth Beetles are also the smallest gems we've seen. And really, considering their size, I'm just so curious as to how they're able to study humanity to this degree. I mean, it would probably take them eons to just, crawl around, so there has to be more to them, right? And as for what the actual name of these gems would be, I've seen a number of assumptions and possibilities, but the one that I'm gonna stick with is Chrysoprase. The coloration seems to be pretty much the same, and they can also be cut in the same way as they are in the show, so yeah, that's my guess. I am definitely looking forward to more information on these two. There's no doubt in my mind that we will get more on these two, because they've just been emphasized in a weird way. It's very odd, but I like it, and I hope that you also like this video. Make sure to let me know any thoughts you may have on the Heaven and Earth Beetles, and also, are there any other corrupted gems that you would like me to cover? And generally, anything that you think that I should talk about, because I want to bring you guys a ton of content on the regular, especially to make up for my little absence where I was setting up my PC and all this stuff. But yeah, I'm here now, and if you were wondering where I was, you should have checked my Twitter, because I will always update you guys as to what's going on Twitter. And I know that a ton of you may not actually have Twitters. Well, you can also bookmark the page and just check in whenever you need to know what's up with your boy Papa Slice. But yeah, let's resume business as usual and just keep going strong. Thank you all so much for watching, and have an awesome day. I love you.